Okay, so this is a review about the Fuego dancing shoes, the low ones in white. And yeah, let me state that it's an unsponsored or unpromoted review. It's a private one for me personally. I purchased these just a few days ago. They arrived yesterday. And yeah, these are actually my first dancing shoes. I'm using them for dancing salsa. I'm a beginner with some experience, close to 2 years dancing salsa, like one up to twice per week. And yeah, I had some issues with my knees. Sometimes when spinning, making turns, faster steps, so that the shoes got like stick to the dance floor. And after some research, talking with other people, I ended up with the Fuegos. Why the Fuegos? Because I'm not so into this classical dancing style and shoes. I wanted something that looks more urban, more street style, because that's me. I'm a big fan of Nike shoes, for instance, sometimes Adidas, that type of things. So yeah, that you understand where I'm coming from. So about the shoe in general, look and feel, as it is already written in a lot of reviews in the internet, they're kind of, I would say, kind of plastic feel a little bit. So don't expect like high-end sneakers here, like what you're used to from streetwear. My best reference, like I said, Nike shoes now. But also, it's definitely not a bad quality at all. They're well crafted, they look decent. It makes sense that they have this kind of plastic style because it's about the sole. You want to be able to spin better, to move better, and it's about the material mainly. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's some like, let's say, like type of plastic gum. So yeah, that allows you actually to slide and spin over the floor. Going to compare a little bit with normal street shoes, these are some standard Nikes that I'm also using occasionally for dancing. So if you look under it, you see you have at least a bit of profile versus like almost nothing. You also have these great circles here, why not to compare. But already from the material, if you hear that, sounds like typical gum. Definitely louder, claps like plastic. Also, yeah, they're really slidey versus them. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not gluing to the ground, but you know what you would expect from street sneakers. Yeah, they stop you a little bit. If you would take Jordans or comparable, I mean basketball shoes, they really stick to the ground in comparison now. And with them, you're really sliding. So for me personally, the most amazing thing is simply, yeah, let's say the slidability with these shoes. So it's definitely way easier to do spins. It's causing less tension for your knees if you have these issues. So in the long term, it's definitely better and recommended. Yeah, and some moves you just do better. From the feel, they're like any, let's say, standard branded, non-branded sneakers that look similar. I think you have many brands that are doing something like this here. So don't expect too much, but also don't expect something bad. Let me put it that way. These are decent shoes. I would recommend definitely to use them then also for dancing only. So I did read a few people use them also like in normal sneakers, daily stuff, going shopping, going to the job, etc. and so on. And then don't be surprised if they are getting used fast. In my opinion, these are shoes that you can use for the sports, and that's it, period. Like you would have your jogging shoes that you just use for doing your runs. So another thing about these shoes is the sizing. According to their website and also what you find in the internet, they're running true to size. And often I read comments that they're running small. So what it means is, if I compare with other brands or shoes that I have, usually I'm running European size 42. which is US size 9. I sized up here a half number to 42 and a half, or 9 and a half. That would be US size. So in my opinion, if I compare to Nikes, if you own any Nikes, they are very similar to Nike Jordan 1 or Jordan 4. So that means they run a bit tight or short in the front. So, and here comes now the thing, it depends really on your preference. What it means is, let me show you in my house shoes here. That's the best to explain. So that's basically how they run. So like I said, in the size that I have, so it's according to their size chart, your feet really fit like perfect and snugly into that. If I have running shoes, I would say I give it approximately a thumb. So I'm one size up than usual, at least a half size, like sneakers or something like this. But when wearing leather shoes to a suit or dancing shoes, I'm doing like this. So my front foot is barely touching that. A lot of dancers recommend it for better control, better grip, but if that's not your preference, then so if you want to have, let's say, a finger space in front, kind of, so a little bit more airy room, then you should really go a full size higher than your usual size with the Fuegos. So final question, are they worth it? Are they worth the price? They are not, let's say, cheap for that what it is, but they're also not expensive. I would say the price is moderate. Of course, you pay maybe a bit more because of the hype that is going on the moment. Yeah, it's the brand. So, but you really get a decent shoe for your money, and well, I'm very satisfied with them. But I also have to be honest, I do not have the comparison now with any real leather dancing high-end professional shoes, but that's for me also a question of style. It's simply not me. I don't feel comfortable in these nice glossy black style shoes or something like that. So yeah, but if you're looking for a decent dancing sneaker, especially for doing salsa and comparable stuff, so where you do a lot of spins and all that, I definitely can recommend them. You get good value for the price. One thing maybe still to add as a final comment, I saw a lot of questions about these things here, these circles. It's not doing the magic like because of these shoes you can do fantastic spins or something, right? So you have to, of course, learn dancing. You have to learn the steps, the moves, the spins properly. These shoes just make it a little bit easier for you, and definitely if you have knee issues, you have less pain. But don't expect them doing magic like the shoe enables you to do any crazy moves or super sprints or something. That's, of course, yeah, not the reality. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to drop comments. Happy to answer them.